I started with a frame, just a pile of steel, rust on my hands, but a vision that's real. Long nights in the shop, sparks lighting the air. Every bolt I tighten says I'm halfway there, knowing that my vision is starting to appear, in hopes that I make the cover of C10 America Magazine. I'm building my C10 dream. The chrome shines under the lights. Do I lay it low or lift it high? Man, my C10 dream feels so right. From the garage to the show, rolling proud and clean, in hopes that one day I'll make the cover of C10 America Magazine. A fresh coat of paint, that green candy apple glow, 20-inch wheels hitting every truck show. Crowd gathers round, cameras start to click. This ain't just a truck, it's my C10 America Magazine dream. I'm building my C10 dream. The chrome shining under the lights. Do I lay it low or lift it high? Man, my C10 dream feels so right. From the garage to the show, rolling proud and clean, in hopes that one day I'll make the cover of C10 America Magazine. From swamp meets to highways, every mile I roll, this C10 Chevy tells my story, every dent, every goal. I hope and I pray the editors are watching one day and put me on the cover of C10 America Magazine. And they will realize this truck's more than metal to me. It's my C10 dream. I'm building my C10 dream. The chrome shines under the lights. Do I lay it low or lift it high? Man, this C10 dream feels so right. From the garage to the show, rolling proud and clean, in hopes that one day I'll make the cover of C10 America Magazine. So here's to the builders, the grinders, the crews, to every C10 dreamer with a vision so true. I hope and I pray that maybe someday my truck will be on the cover of C10 America Magazine. But until that day, my truck's gonna gleam. I will keep wrenching and chasing my C10 America Magazine dream.
Live from our new studio in Fort Worth, Texas, it's C10 America. And now, here's your host, giving up for Texas, Rich!
Hey, what's up, guys? Let's see if, the mic is working. Yeah, the mic is working. Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Thursday, April 2nd. That's right, April 2nd. We're at 8:57 a.m., not quite 9 o'clock, but you know what? I think it's better to be early than, be late or be, on time and, all that. Anyways, I want to give a big shout out to Terry, Ronnie, Ronnie, your print is over being made. I should know something. either today or tomorrow. As soon as I know, I'll let you know. Then I check it. Then boom, away it goes out to you. Darren, big shout out to Darren out there. I was away from the studio yesterday over at Dad's house, helping Dad with, other stuff I'll talk about here in a minute. Darren, your print's going over to be made today, so I need to do the live, get caught up on the stuff, and then, excuse me, some other prints are going over to be made as well. So Terry, Ronnie, and Darren, hey, what's up? Then we have Scott in here. We have Roller in here, and all the usual subjects right in here. Anyways, first and foremost, guys, I want to give a big shout out to Triple F Automotive. They're known to be a full service shop and showroom, guys, right over here in Fort Worth, right on Golden Triangle. Matter of fact, if you know Triple F Automotive, you know what kind of work they do over there. They do nothing short of, top notch. These guys do it all. Classic cars, classic trucks, they even take and, consign your vehicle, the car, the truck over on one side, and then they had their shop over on, the other, side, so they can do each and everything. I hate updates on my Mac computer. I tell it no, that I will do it manually. And don't you guys hate it? You tell your computer no, you don't want to update, and it don't give a shit what you want. It still does it. It's like a little pet peeve, mine. And Dad'll tell you that I need to let small stuff not bug me and bother me like that. I think I'm getting better, but it's kind of every day ever since the computer. You know what? I'm gonna go in and shut off automatic downloads, and if I want to upgrade, I'll go in there, upgrade. I don't like that. Anyways, Triple F Automotive, they're located over in Fort Worth on Golden Triangle. They're located at 2760 Golden Triangle Boulevard, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas. They're at 76177, 76177. Hey guys, I have my volume turned down in the headphones. I think I found out what the echo was. Hey guys, give me some feedback. Let me know, Scott Roller. Let me know if you guys hear an echo, out there. Give me a thumbs up right down below if there's an echo, or give me 2 thumbs up if the audio is okay. I think I found out what it was. I put it in Chat GPT, and it told me that if I'm monitoring my voice on my hard drive, or on my headphone, not my hard drive, on my headphones, I might have the volume of the headphones up too loud, and it's coming out, getting picked up by my mic right here. So if you guys out there like a roller and other people, if you're wearing headphones doing your your podcast or by a mic and you're talking, you got feedback, you need to probably lower if you're monitoring yourself. It said you can have it turned up a little bit so it's barely coming out, or turn it down altogether. And I just went and turned it down altogether, and I can still hear myself speak to you guys. And hey, by the way, I did not forget we're recording for YouTube. I hit the record button. Yes, I hit the record button. And we're streaming live to Facebook. And then we're recording for you guys on YouTube. And yep, I hit the record button on the P4. So we're good at that, folks. If you're out there on the podcast, maybe you're on Spotify, you're on Apple iTunes, wherever you guys are. And what's so cool is how I talk about the moon, maybe people on the moon. Well, hey, maybe the astronauts that went up in space yesterday. Well, I got a message out there for you guys. Hopefully, you stay safe, you come home safe and all that. We love you guys. But if you guys out there, you're cruising through Facebook, maybe in your downtime up there, let me know if you can hear our video or the podcast over on Spotify from outer space. That would be epic if the astronauts up there in space can hear our podcast. That would be so awesome. Anyways, hey guys, I know it is April 2nd. Tomorrow is April 3rd. It's my mom and dad's wedding anniversary, and it's a big one. It's I want to say big shout out to dad and mom, out there, moms in heaven with Jesus, and my buddy, best friend, Dan, that used to write for the Hot Rod magazine. All my aunts, my uncles, everybody up there. That is so cool if somebody up in outer space could hear our podcast, or even watch our live. If you're watching out there, everybody from the crew from NASA up there going around the moon, we love you guys. And that would be an awesome testimonial if you guys up there were able to hear our podcast. And that is so cool. We love you guys for doing that. That is so awesome. Anyways, guys, I want to share real quick with you. Let me move it over. This page right here, it's called what's it called? Seeing red. I couldn't see it right there. That is one of the pages going inside issue number 9. So anyways, guys, we're gonna be wrapping up probably issue 9. Hopefully, excuse me. Hopefully, I want to get done tonight. I think tonight, you know what? I'm gonna pull a late night tonight. I might just get pizza and Dr. Pepper later on for dinner. Well, I'm not cooking yet. I'm not cooking. No, I'm not making nothing. I'm gonna order Mr. Jim's pizza. Big shout out there to Mr. Jim's Pizza right over here in Keller, right on Highway 377. They have the best pizza around. I mean, they have better than Pizza Hut, better than Domino's, I think, my opinion. And they have garlic, not knots, but they're little garlic, pieces. And oh my gosh, the garlic sauce they give you, dude, it is freaking awesome. I tried it my first time. I tried it. I opened it up before I even had a slice of pie, man. I opened that thing up, dipped my breadstick in the garlic, took a bite, and I almost fell on the floor, dude. It was so awesome. So big shout out to Mr. Jim's Pizza over in Keller on Highway 377. You guys rock. You know what? I'm going to contact them, see if they want to become the official pizza of, C10 America, Mr. Jim's Pizza. Why not? Because the wife loves it. I love it. She's the one that got me turned on to it. So I was a little iffy at first. And then, I tried the breadsticks. And dude, the breadsticks got to me. And then I tried the pizza. The first one we got was, I think, pepperoni sausage. And the wife likes onions. And so we got little onions on it. And I was iffy too about onions. But onions on there, oh my God. They were awesome. It was flat out. And then you take that garlic sauce and you drizzle, some over the pea. Oh my God. That and a Dr. Pepper, that is what I'm talking about, guys. That's awesome. Anyways, go check out Triple F Automotive. Pardon me. They have over 70 years, experience. So if you've been doing something for that long, you're going to be good at it. And, not a lot of people are going to be able to hold a candle up to Triple F. Their phone number, if you want to give them a call, they're at 817-750-1040. That's 817-750-1040. That's Triple F Automotive over in Fort Worth. My buddy, Dad's buddy, your soon-to-be buddy, Doug Berry. Doug Berry has been with, me, Dad, with the Hot Rod magazine, the Rod and Truck magazine. Ever since we started, it was Speed Tech that was the first one that did the ad, and then Triple F followed, and that is, so awesome. That's why I say Speed Tech were, the ones that opened the doors for us. Because of them, we got Triple F. We love, Keith and JR, out there. You guys, you're awesome. You find Keith, in the showroom doing the phone calls, the walk-ins. You got JR out in the back with the guys that they do, engine swaps. They put your truck on the freaking dyno. They had the dyno back there, guys. And when they rent that thing up, they can find out how much you're pulling, how much power you're unleashing, at the back tires. I mean, it's freaking, awesome, man. Awesome. Anyways, if I can, I want to give you the truck show rundown. 5 of, the best shows I think that are coming up. They're coming up, pretty soon. So if you're out there working on, your C10, or, square body, yeah, you need to make sure it's done before October 3rd. Why? I'll tell you why. Because October 3rd, the White Buffalo Wheels is rolling into Snyder, Texas. And I just got this from, my buddy Scott Stout in the group right now. Well, he didn't say it right now, but it was, I think, last week. He was walking out of, the Chamber of Commerce down there in Snyder. I said, hey, are we good? What they say, what they say about the C10 America Corral. And he came out with a smile on his face and all that. Kind of like, kid at Christmas gets that, smile. And I'm like, why? What's up? We're good, aren't we? And, pardon me, the nose. And he said, yeah, we're good. He's, I just talked to, everybody I needed to, talk about, about the show. And he's like, you, my buddy, you have your own street for, C10 America Corral. I'm on, that's awesome, man. That's cool. And then he told me, you know what? The first 10 people to go in your corral, I am going to waive, the car show fee, which is only $20, but, still that's awesome. What a stand-up guy for, doing that. And, you guys out there, you're watching on YouTube, here in the group, or you're listening on the podcast, the first 10 people to, contact me and tell me, hey, I want to be in this C10 America Corral right down at the White Buffalo show. We're going to take and waive, the $20 entry fee for you guys. Only 10 people that we're waiving that. We have a spot for 25 trucks. So we still have, more spaces up to 25. So contact me here on Facebook, or you know what? If you want, you can contact me by, email. Go TexasRich at C10AmericaMagazine.com. That's TexasRich at C10AmericaMagazine.com. Either right here on Facebook, or, email me. And normally it might take me maybe an hour or, a day to get back to you. Normally, if I'm in studio when you email, then it'll take an hour to get back to you. If I'm not in studio, it'll take a day to get back to you. Yesterday, we took in, God bless a lot of you guys. Yeah, you called, you text, and you thought I was sick again, or you thought, something was, wrong, and, all that, because I know, what a lot of you guys probably thought out there, you probably thought I was doing an April Fool's joke on you, probably putting up, we're not going live, but then when it came time to go live, I would be, live. Well, anyways, that's what, dad, dad, dad said, and, the wife said also that maybe people would think you're doing it even though you said you're not. But I was over at Dad's all day. I got caught up here with some stuff. So whenever Dad calls, I have to go over there and help him out. What we did, if you're wondering, what we did over at Dad's, I started Busted Knuckle Rod and Truck magazine over at Dad's. We started in the front office, then we moved to the second bedroom, which became the big headquarters for, the Rod magazine. Hot Rod and Truck. I seem starting to, get tongue-tied. Anyways, I was over there and we took and we redid, the front office. We moved everything out. I vacuumed the carpet, cleaned everything. I took down the old pictures from the wall so it didn't look the same. Not cleaned everything. And then I took and put everything back in there with, help from Dad. And we took one table that was over by, the window up front. We moved it to, the back wall. And the one on the side wall, we had to move that down to fit in, the table, on the corner. We moved, the computer, the printer, Dad's gonna start putting I think VHS movies from VHS tapes onto CDs. I'll go over there probably, next week or something. We'll get all that set up, and we're setting all that up. And then we took that back wall or the side wall where the computer was. I'll put some pictures up. We took and we put all the old magazines, all these old magazines on, the back table back there, from 1 to go into issue 25. We did 26 in paper and print, and we put them all right back there. And, I told Dad I'm going to be talking more about them. And all the ones we put up there, they're extra copies that we're trying to get rid of. They're overloaded. Excuse me. We're out of issue number 3. Pardon me. We never did number 13 because I don't like, the number 13. So I just screwed. I'm not freaking doing it. So I went 1 to 12. And then after 12, I went 14. I skipped 13. I didn't do 13. So if you want a back copy of, the magazine, this one is issue number 3. We're out of, 3. We don't have 13, but they're only $10. You can contact me, and then I can send you a PayPal for $10. $10 is shipping and tax included in that. And then I just contact Dad, and I tell Dad, okay, issue number 5. We need to go out to John Smith, in Arizona, whatever, what have you. And so we go boom, and then Dad puts it in the envelope. I said, the money over to Dad, the information over to Dad, and he prints, the little shipping label, and he puts it on the thing, and boom, away, it, goes and all that. So I'll share photos with you guys and all that. Next, I want to talk about the Rat Pack Car Show. These guys they're freaking awesome. Dale Turnbow and David Molina, right down there in awesome, Snyder, Texas. But wait, they're putting their car show on in Gale, Texas, which is only half hour east of or half hour west of Snyder. So if I was you, I would stay in Snyder. I would stay right off College Avenue, right across from Walmart. They got Walmart. They got food places. I won't even name that pizza place anymore because I don't like their pizza no more. Mr. Jim's Pizza is better than the other pizza place that I would say that's on the backside. I'll get it sometimes if I don't have a Mr. Jim's around me, but you know what? I'm not going to talk about them no more. I'm not going to give them free airplay. So that ain't going to happen. Anyways, the Rat Pack Car Show, and I think Scott said it, the best. It's not really a car show. It's kind of a gathering of, friends and family that have, hot rods and, trucks and all that. So that's awesome. That's going on May 16th. So that will be right down there in Gale. They're going on 6 years, this year. It'll be the 6th annual. Is a $25, car show fee. I think you only pay that right there when you get there. Or they have a website. I'm not sure. Go check it out. ratpackcarshow.com. ratpackcarshow.com. Or find them here on, Facebook. Put in Rat Pack Car Show right down there in Gale. You might, find it down there. But all the proceeds go to the veterans. And that's awesome. It's all the proceeds go to the veterans of the Texas South Plains Honor Flight. Try saying that 3 times and then run around, the church. I don't know if you can. Anyways, it'll be held at the world famous Coyote store. And Scott told me, I was saying, they don't really have anything to eat in Gale. And then Scott corrected me and said, yeah, they do. Down at Gale, they have some awesome, I think, barbecue or awesome barbecue burgers on, the grill. Oh, that sounds good. I got to wait until 12 o'clock. We're only at 9:28, so, I got to wait maybe. But nope, tonight I'm having pizza. That's it. But at the world famous Coyote store, and what's so cool, guys, they have a stage right out back, and they got bands right out there playing tunes and all that. But they have, I think, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to almost say like Merle Haggard and, a couple of the late greats right there, on that stage. Now, if you go inside, the Coyote store, it's kind of small. Maybe I would say maybe 10, 15 people can eat, inside there. It's a general store. What do you expect? It's small inside there. It's not. It was probably not really meant to eat inside. It was a store, but you can. And so the venue has all these little seats and everything out back, around, the building and stuff like that. It's a great place, great venue for, a truck show, a car show, what have you. And, big shout out to Del Turbo and David Molina for, inviting, the wife and myself, down there. We got down there, probably about 9:30, 9:45 in the morning, last year. And I thought, that was going to be it. What I saw, the trucks, the cars. And, I got talking to Del Turbo and David Molina, the promoters, then talking to Scott later on, and they said, no, you know what? Wait until about 11 or noon. So I did just that. I waited. And dude, that whole thing, the streets, everything was packed. And they had, an awesome band in there, playing too. What I want to tell you guys about is C10 National is coming up on May 8th and 9th. We won't be out there with the booth. We will be out there walking around. I'll be out there seeing, fans, friends, family, all that. I'll be walking around with a little mic and a little recorder. So if you have something to say, maybe about your truck, maybe about, C10 America, the group, maybe about, the show, I'll take, put together a little write down of, maybe what to ask, some guys and gals out there, at the show. So we'll be doing content creation out there at the show. If you guys want to maybe chime in, and I'll tell you what, guys, if you see us out there walking around and we're talking to somebody, you know what? We don't bite. We're human, man. Come up, introduce yourself, say, excuse me, we can do that interview, all day. We'll be there all day. Where it's we're down to earth, we're humble, all that. We know where we came from, and it's all because you guys out there. And so if you see us out there walking around or talking, don't worry, you're interrupting something. That's where editing, comes in. I can edit all that stuff out, fix it, no problem. You know what? If I'm doing an interview, you come up, I'm going to take time out and say hi, give you a hug, give you a handshake, keep on doing my interview. And then afterwards, I'll go with you over to, your truck, check out the truck. We'll talk about you, the truck, your passion, all that. So don't worry about that. You see us out there, we're going to come say hi and all that. And then out there in California by, my buddy Mike out there, the announce guy. I know you guys have probably at one time heard, Mike, the announcer guy. He's, the guy you first hear on the podcast on, Spotify. I know you guys on the P4 listening right now probably heard that right before you jumped in, on this episode. You probably heard Mike right there at the beginning. That's our buddy Mike out there in Clovis, California. And so hopefully he can maybe get down to the C10 slowdown in California, depending, how far it might be from, Mike. Maybe you can get down there. That's rolling into town into California on July 25th. So July 25th mark, the date. It is, the C10 slowdown. So I have not been there. I want to at least one time go check it out. Maybe I can put it down as a bucket list, or on the bucket list. That would be, kind of cool. At least one time go check out. And then, nope, I'm not doing it, guys. I can't pronounce, the name of the park, but hey, that's okay. C10's in the park out there in Waxahachie. Starts with a G. I won't even attempt it because I know I can't pronounce it. But it's out there September 19th. Put on by, our friend, Terry Hill and his wife out there. Pardon me, the nose. Anyways, a year ago, it was pretty awesome. Pardon me. Oh, and thank goodness for water, huh? Anyways, C10 in the park is put on by our buddy Terry Hill out there in Waxahachie on September 19th. Now, we'll be out there. We won't have a booth. I know in the past we did have a booth for Busted. Right now, we're not going to have a booth as C10 America. I kind of find it better to that show. I rather go to and walk around. We coined a phrase. We're doing street walking, street talking out there, and hopefully Scott can go too. I told Scott, come out here, bro. Stay at the apartment. We'll get up early. Terry don't have to go. Terry can, sleep in. But me and Scott will get up early and we'll drive out to Waxahachie. I want to get there before, the guys get there at like about 4 o'clock in the morning because they start coming about 4 or 4:30. Excuse me. And I told Scott, dude, get some flyers made up that you can go past. You know what, dude? I need to get some, C10 America flyers printed for metal prints. Oh my God! I just thought of that. That is crazy. Dude, you know how many people are outside waiting to get in, the park for the show? Last year, there was over 200 trucks. And that was a total of all the trucks on the streets waiting in a line to get into the show. You know how many trucks they had total at the show? A little over 1,500 C10s. Out there, baby. That was awesome. So I'm thinking now, Scott's gonna have some flyers for his show, the White Buffalo, and he can be passing them out to all the trucks that I talked to, and I go down the road truck by truck and I talk to everybody for like 5 minutes. You know, whatever they can say in 5 minutes, I keep it to 5 minutes. Boom, 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 boom. And then what I do, I'll make a montage on my editing, computer, and I'll put a montage of everybody doing their 5 minute interview, and then I'll put it up either as a slideshow on here, or I'll put it up, well, maybe both. A slideshow up here with, a photo of, all the different trucks at the show. And then, I'll put it up as a podcast. So, you guys here on C10 America, talks, hear that. And, guys, that is so cool. We have I kept on looking, at the numbers. I don't know if you look like I do, but this is, my main job. I do this every day, or try and do it every day. I'm not sick, or that I don't have to, go over to, Dad's. I try and do this every day. But anyway, the numbers on Sunday, last Sunday, we turned, check it out, wait for it, we turned 82.9 thousand right here in, the group. You hear that, YouTube? C10 America Talks, we turned 82.9 thousand. And guys, we are waiting for a certain number to get to, not 100,000. I'm waiting for a certain number. After I get that number, I'm not telling you guys what it is. After I get to it, then I am going to tell you about a little thing we might be trying to pull off when we hit 100,000. Let's just say, it'll be a big thank you to everybody that got us right to this point. So, you might even know or think, what I'm talking about, because if you're thinking like a C10 guy, like we all are, or, C10 gals, then it might just be that mum's a word. I don't want to say what it is because it hasn't been set in stone, quite yet. I want to make sure all my ducks are in a row and all my I's are dotted, all the T's are, crossed. And when that happens, I can let you guys out there, know. And then, that is awesome. C10's, in the park. I'm going to take and make up little small flyers for metal prints. And then inside the show, I'll be doing my photography. So, where is this? So, if you're at any one of these, shows, and you get this in your car or your truck, EP Photography, this is our other company, me and Dad's company, that does, the awesome metal prints. Right here. We do them as EP Photography. It lets me go out there and do other, photography, beside trucks and all that. But we do metal prints for cars, trucks, anything you want a metal print of, E&P does it. But we're doing a new thing here on C10 America. I'm going to be making these new cards. That's a C10 America Garage Prints. C10 America Garage Prints. And they're going to be metal prints made by E&P right here. But we're going to only sell the C10 America Garage Prints to people that have square bodies and, C10 trucks. So that give me an idea. When I'm out there doing the walking, talking with the mic, and then Scott's out there passing out flyers, give me an idea. After I interview everybody, I'll give them a flyer for, a metal print. And I think maybe, I don't know, you can show a thumbs up or whatever. Hey, Kevin's in here. How you doing, Kevin? My dad's in here. I don't know, show me a thumbs up. These new cards that I make, I might give a little discount for the first metal print that, guys at, the shows buy. But the discount will only be on a big 20 by 30. I can probably afford to do, the big 20 by 30, the discount. So if that's a good idea or you think it is, give me a, thumbs up right here in, the group and all that. Anyways, guys, we're at 9:45. We're going till 10:30 today because I'm not going anywhere. I need to get caught up with stuff here in the studio, but yet I still got to talk about, all this stuff. So we're going till 10:30. So if you need to go, come back later. I know that is, what you got to do. But anyways, my buddy Roller just sent me a message, I guess, last night. I read it this morning right before I came on here. Big shout out to Roller in Colorado, Jeff Richards. If you want any of, the awesome songs Jeff plays on his show out there, hit him up by his email, jeffrichards327@gmail.com. That email, once again, jeffrichards327@gmail.com. Or go find, Jeff Roller, pedal to the metal, motors, and music. And his interview last night was pretty awesome, pretty spot on, audio. The audio that he had from, the guest, that called in was pretty awesome. He had the gain turned up pretty good. The audio turned up pretty well from, the phone. I don't know if he had the phone volume turned up a little more or, they gained the volume on the P4, but whatever it was, it sounded good. It sounded beautiful, my friend. Anyways, Roller emailed me, or not emailed me, messaged me last night. I read this morning. He said he wrote some more awesome, songs, C10 songs or whatever. I'll check them out later on. But I was going to say later on today, I'll put a montage together of, the new songs and all that. I want to play the new songs for you, tomorrow. I haven't even heard them yet. So I'll put them together and I'll play them on, Friday's, show. We did help Dad yesterday. Uh, let's see, looking at this. Well, I can't even read my writing. Some dumb. Okay, I'll forget that one. Dude, guys, we're almost to 85,000, and then we're on to 100,000. That is awesome, awesome. Excuse me. I want to give a big shout out to our metal prints right back here. That top one right there. That COE. We shot that probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and it still looks like we just shot it. It was just made. Check out the quality. It did not fade. These are not gonna fade. And then metal features we do. If you guys want a metal feature, you need to be in the magazine. If you're not in the magazine, then we don't even do a metal feature for you guys. You can get a metal print or a show board, but if you're not in the magazine, you can't get a metal feature. Sorry, we're not gonna play that game. If you want to pretend you're in a magazine, you can buy one of our posters up there. We'll gladly put your truck in that. The only thing is, we don't take and print them anymore on paper. Everything we do, we put them on metal. So might be a little more for one of those prints on metal, but we don't put them on paper anymore. It's too time consuming. They fade, they yellow. The poster kind of yellows. I mean, so we rather just put it on metal and not have it fade, not have it yellow. But me and Roller put a 3-album song set together for you guys, and they're all C10 songs. We have one album so far over up on the website you can buy. I'll put all the other songs together up over there so you can buy. But you're getting 10 songs. The first album has, I think, 10 songs on it. The next one will have 10. And the third album will have, like, I think, maybe 6, songs or something on it. You're getting the third album for free. So you're getting 26, awesome C10 songs for only $10. And how we doing that? Well, you buy one album, then you buy the other album, and you pay $10. And then I'm going to get an email that tells me that you guys bought, the 2 albums. Then I'm going to have your email. Put your email down, please. I'm going to get your email, and then I'm going to shoot you over a link to go to a private page on the website. Now, not everybody is going to have, that link. Only people that pay get, that link. And don't think by paying, you're going to take that link and you're going to give that to somebody else. Because I'm making it, you can only click on that link one time. After one time, it won't work no more. So you click on it one time, That's it. So if you let your friend click the link and download, then you that paid for these songs can't go in there and download. So I would have common sense, and if you want to make them copies of the MP3s after you download, fine. But that link is a one-click link, and what it does is it kind of saves us from some of the bad actors out there, and stuff like that. Anyways, here's 23. Oh, I'm sorry. I think it's 23 songs for only $10. That's still a smoking hot deal. But you get C10 Summer, that old C10, Chevy C10 Blues, My Last Ride, Patina Is Not a Color, Sipping on Sweet Tea, All the Girls Think My C10 Is Sexy, C10 Garage, C10 Mountain Morning, Who Will Drive My C10 When I'm Gone, The Mistress, C10 Hangout, C10 Soul, Mr. C10, The Old Man, Bob, We Had a Good Thing, Appalachia Gold, The Tribute, Square Body Johnny Rocket. That's my favorite. I only play that one, around, Christmas. C10 Colorado, My C10 Dream, which is our song, our theme song that I play twice in the monologue, or the intro on the beginning and, the end. So all you guys hear, that awesome song. So you're getting 23 awesome songs. Sorry, my mistake. I thought 26, but you're getting 23 awesome songs for only, 10, bucks. If I can, I want to say a big shout out to ironcarriers.com. Iron Carriers, they build some of the baddest C10 trucks, and square bodies around. To be honest with you guys, I didn't really know what they did by, their name. I had to go to their website, and I thought they only did, C10s, right? But I looked more into it. They do some awesome, cars and trucks, but they specialize in, C10s. So that's ironcarriers.com. For more info, go to info@ironcarriers.com. info@ironcarriers.com. Pardon me, the nose. Their phone number, if you want to give them a little ringy dingy, area code 734-353-5870. That's 734 area code 353-5870. They do awesome trucks. They have awesome tees, not only for men but for women. They have workwear for men and women. Decals. These guys are frickin'. I didn't say the word. I said frickin'. They're frickin', awesome out there, and they build some awesome, C10, trucks, and they sent us, two ball caps, two black ones with their logo on them, a black t-shirt, a white, t-shirt. That is, so cool. Thank you, for that. Then I want to say a big shout out to Dan, Anthony, Kathy, Jackson. Dan and Kathy are in Las Vegas right now. Dan came in, the group not yesterday, but the other day in the live. He's the crashing waves woke me up. Dan, you couldn't even call to invite the wife and myself over on your private plane, man. Come on. I'll forgive you this one time, Dan. That's okay, man. If you build me a C10 truck. No, just joking. Well, if you want to, I ain't gonna complain. I'm just saying there, Dan. Want to say a big shout out to Scott Stout, my brother from another mother, right here. Let's see, Roller and Scott got together. They got us a brand new canopy with, the logo C10 America, on the top, on the side, on the back. And I think, the first show that we go to, it'll be the White Buffalo, or no, I'm sorry, that'll be the second one we go to. The first one will be, the Rat Pack, I think, will be at, and we'll put, the booth up. We'll see how many people, come over because of, the signage on, the canopy. That'd be awesome. Pardon me. And then Scott got us, the awesome Kingma. That's my phone. Kingma is back there. Good for, the iPhone or, the Android phone, and it's plug and play or Wi-Fi. So if you guys want wireless, you can do by that, or plug the cord in and it hooks right up to your phone. So whatever you guys see on the home screen, you see that on, the Kingma. The Kingma is good. You put it on the back of, the camera. And, I know a lot of you guys on YouTube, content creators, all that, you love doing videos on your phone. I see that. And, some people use, the front, facing camera. Other people that do not care about seeing themselves when they're recording, they'll use, the back facing, camera. And this puts it on the back facing, so you got the back facing camera coming to you, so everything will be readable like you see it right here. And who does not like a video, I don't, that you're watching and everything is reversed? I mean, it's okay, but it looks, I think, a little better when you can read what you're looking at. I'm just saying, just me, thinking outside the box, Want to say a big shout out to Roller for getting us that spark plug lamp right back there. Big shout out to him. And he got our logo put on it, and that is so cool. And I would like kind of trying to think when he said, and Scott said, hey, we need your logo, or I need your logo. And I'm like, okay, for what? What do you need? And Scott said, something, I forget why he needed it, something. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I didn't think nothing of it. I surely didn't think of the canopy. I didn't think of, that. But that is so cool to, you know, have such, awesome friends, awesome family, people that support you, support what you do. Kevin's, a big supporter. When I was off for, a couple of days or whatever, being sick, Kevin contacted, my dad, in case, my dad didn't know, you know, that, if I was sick or under the weather. I mean, and that right there is friendship, that's love, that's, passion right there. And that's, support for, everything we do here. And that's awesome. Then, to have everybody come in each and every day that, when they get a notification every day that we're going live at, 9 o'clock, or Texas Rich is live, or Rich Arthur is live, then they come in, and then we have, other new people starting to, come in. That is, so cool. Anyways, guys, before I forget, I want to say a big shout out to Sweet Patina right here. Big shout out to Terry Evans and Blake Evans, a father-son duo. I think, these guys over at Sweet Patina, I wholeheartedly believe they started, Sweet Patina probably about the time a dad and myself started Busted, because it was like we're going out to shows and all that stuff, and we saw Sweet Patina out there too, and I think that was the first place Dad got to meet Blake, and Terry is up there at the Texas Motor Speedway, and because I was talking to him, and then I said, "Hey, Dad, come here. I want you to meet somebody." And then I introduced, Terry and Blake to, Dad, and all that. So they're getting big. They're getting so big. I think a lot of time I talked to Blake, he said that they might be getting a rig. Now, dude, that is, you gotta be doing something to get all that merch and, the product to fill a rig to go to shows. I'm just saying, I'm gonna have a little maybe C10 truck and fill that thing up going to shows. I mean, hey, that's okay. Oh, by the way, I gotta tell you guys, me and Dad might be going to look at a C10 truck on Monday. I think we are. We're gonna go look at it, and if I like it, I'm getting it. And let's see. Oh, 26 songs. Roller says okay. And I was wrong again, 26 songs. Okay. But Monday, me and Dad, we're going to look at, a C10. It's a 83 long bed C10. It has a new rebuilt 350, and I believe rebuilt 700 R4 training, something like that. So if I like it, we're getting the guy that I was talking to you for 2 hours last night told me, and it was weird. I was talking to him, and he's like, "Yes, I know who you are. You're in Texas Ridge, you have, that group with, a lot of people. You're like all over Facebook and all that. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's me. Just trying to get, the brand known, out there. And so he took and said that he would hold it for me just so me and my dad could, come look at it. And I said, you don't need to hold it for us if you have to sell it in the meantime, or if somebody comes and they want to buy it, go ahead and release it. I'm not telling anybody to hold anything for me. It's up there in my God's hands. And, if it's meant to be, it'll be. I told him, I like to be a godly man. I like to think of myself as trying to be more of a godly man. And I believe in God and Jesus. And, if it's meant to be, it'll be. If not, there's other, trucks out there. I'm not going to sweat it. I'm not going to worry about it. And, the wife and dad said this numerous times, to me. And, I get to look at it like, if it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be, So if it's meant to be, it'll happen. Anyways, I have here in, my hand is a 4-pack, a sticker 4-pack. Hard to believe I designed these 3 years ago, right here. And Dad and, the wife Terry said, you know what? You need to put them into a pack, maybe, and sell them all together over on, the website. So I'm like, you know what? That's a good idea, but I'm going to change it up. I'm going to throw another decal in the mix, right here. So it's going from a 4-pack to a 5-pack to a 6-pack. And you're thinking, well, okay, you had 4, you added 1, and that's 5. How do you get 6? Well, I get 6 because I'm giving you guys 2 free stickers. So you'll have 2 of these, 1 in the sticker pack, 1 free. So it went from 4 to 5 to, 6, and, nope. It's not 5 o'clock now. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I can't wait till 5 o'clock today. I get a pizza and maybe I'll up that Dr. Pepper to an adult beverage. Maybe I don't, maybe I can. Maybe I can. Anyways, I want to keep, the lights on here. I want to play the Motel 6 guy if I can. Keep the lights on. That one here. And, that one. I want to say a big shout out to Boss Hog Torque Converters. They're located at 2817 East Avalon Avenue, Muscle Shoals, Alabama, 35661. That is 35661. Their phone number, area code 888, toll free. 267. 26. That was air in, my pipes and all that. Yeah, sure. Anyways, that is 267-74, and then we head down to yesterday's 50s Diner. They're located at 305 West US Highway 380, Bridgeport, Texas, 76426. 76426. They're at, if you want to give them a little call, they love to hear from you guys. 940 area code 683-6620. That is 940-683-6620. Then we head down to Loaded Dice Speed Shop. Loaded Dice Speed Shop, they're located at 6831 ASH Street, Frisco, Texas. That is 75034. 75034. Their phone number, if you want to call them, 214 area code 705-6442. That number again, 214-705-6442. So go ahead and give them a call. I want to say a big shout out to my buddy Jay Pruitt over at Trucks USA. His website, you got to go check out, the website, guys. It is pretty awesome. It's classictruckbedparts.com, classictruckbedparts.com. And if you want to go see them in person, I would call first, but they're located at 2924 Highway 72 East, Ambleville, South Carolina, 29620. That zip code 29620. Give them, a call on their, shop phone number, 864-227-6220. That number again is 864-227-8220. If you want, you can email J at classictruckbedparts.com, J at classictruckbedparts.com. Then I want to say a big shout out to my buddy, world famous Johnny Blender. Johnny Blender owns, a little thing called theedgeradious.com. Theedgeradious.com. By the way, folks up there in, space right now, the crew, if you have, a little downtime and we want to do a test with you guys up there, hopefully you guys brought your cell phone or, something like that. Maybe in a little downtime, that would be awesome if you could go to theedgeradious.com, theedgeradious.com. I know you can probably get out to, I would think the internet would work up there in space because you have all the satellites and all that. I'm thinking if it would work, it would be, awesome. It would be monumental for, the edgeradious.com and our podcast. It would be so cool. You can go up there on vacation, eat cheese with the man on the moon, and be scrolling through all our episodes. Okay, maybe that's a stretch, but maybe a little green Marshman. I don't know. I have no idea, or just be flying through. I don't know. I'm talking crazy. I don't know. I'll delete. Oh, I can't. I'm live. I'm sorry. Anyways, I met her right here, in the group, guys. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about Wendy McLeod. She has an awesome, C10, old kind of rat rod kind of C10 style that I think we put in issue number, 5. And Wendy and her awesome hubby, they put a little thing on called the Rusty Rods and Rust, car show. Normally it goes on probably, I would say, about October. Last year it was October 11th, 2025. We couldn't go. We got the invite to go. We couldn't go. We had, a little thing going on, like a wedding, and, the move right here to, the new place. So, hey, have a great day. Got to run. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. We'll call you later on, Roller. And that right there is, the sponsor. Real quick, I want to say a big shout out to, Speed Tech. Thank you, Keith and JR. They were the guys that opened the door for me and Dad to get advertising. So that is awesome. They're located at 5950 Airport Freeway, suite number 400, Houghton City, Texas, 76177, Highway 121 and Carson. That is Highway 121 and Carson. If you want, you can give them a call or, come by today. They'd love to see you. If you did just but you know what? To make sure they're there, I'd give them a, phone call and tell them, you saw them on, the live and all that. Area code 682-647-0012. That number again, 682-647-0012. That's, Speed Tech Performance right down there in Houghton City. Those decals, those sticker packs I showed you? Boom! They're right here, guys. They're right here. And I need to find me a brand new sticker, vendor. The old one we don't use anymore. I still have some decals right down below. So when these are gone, then I can make new, packs. But if you guys want a sticker pack, I tell you what, the next 10 people to hit, the website, www.c10americamagazine.com, www.c10americamagazine.com. Hit the website. The next 10 people, you get a free sign up. Yes, I'm talking to you guys on YouTube. I'm talking to you guys on, C10 America. So it's good for Facebook, YouTube, and the podcast. So, if you hear me talking, you hear it coming out of this mouth, head over there, get a sticker pack, and be one of the 10, and you get a free sign up for 1 year. That is awesome. So head over to the website, get signed up. If you're not looking at a sticker pack, I would get one because you save yourself $10 from the sign up. I think that's issue number 8. We're on 9. 9 is supposed to come out in 2 days. We might extend it out to Saturday, depending on how much I get done today, how much I get done, tomorrow. And let's see. I'll show you blueprint. Here is, the blueprint of, the magazine right here. Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 people to put in. So like 4 more, four more pages, of, content. We're good. We're good as gold, pony boy. Yep, I brought the Hot Wheels giveaway back. Head over to www.c10americamagazine.com. You're going to look for, the secret word. And when you find it, don't tell nobody. You're going to only tell me. You can contact me on Facebook privately or email me at Texas, all spelled out, TexasRich at C10AmericaMagazine.com. TexasRich at C10AmericaMagazine.com. Contact me in, the subject line. Just put Hot Wheel giveaway, and then, and, the description, put, I found the word, put it right there. If it is, the word, you win a Hot Wheel. If not, then you come back, the following week. We keep it, going. We're at 10:24. I'm going to say a big shout out. My buddy Bobby C is putting on his first car show. It is the Breakfast Cruising Car Show put on by, Bobby C, put on by Bobby C, sponsored by the Knights of Columbus. And it goes April 11th, 2026. His phone number for all the info. I don't have time right now. Getting out of here. Bobby C, pardon me, give him a call. 765 271 5034. That number again, 765 271 5034. So go ahead and give him a call. Let him know. Anyways, guys, we're almost out of here, but I want to address, the elephant in the room, if I can. I'm writing my first ever, book right here. It's all the road bumps, all the speed bumps that, I went through to get right here in, that book. It's gonna be called The Grind, The Spark, The Fear, The Doubt, and The Challenge. Written by me, Texas Rich, the story behind C10 America. So it's gonna take you all the way through from California through the move here to C10 America. So everything back on my passion, everything. It'll be available in three different, not designs, but packages. The first package, it'll be over my book company sent me a text or a call yesterday, and they want to make sure I was still on track for 6 months. So we do have a publishing company. I believe they're out of Chicago, and they're all set up to get the book going. So it'll be 6 months. Our publishing site will have the regular book over there for a certain price. We'll name the price the closer we get to coming out. Uh, we'll have 100 copies over on the website. All 100 copies will be autographed. I will autograph all the copies over on the website. We'll have a new C10 America sticker, not even designed, made yet. That'll be in the book when it comes to you guys. And then you'll have a little card in the book. It'll be handwritten, from me in the book to you guys. And each of these, packages will be, a different, price. And then we'll have a download version. So everybody that wants to download it too can download it, I believe, over on, the website as well. So that will be, pretty, awesome. So anyways, guys, I want to thank, my buddy, Tom Mabel. I haven't talked to him for a bit. I need to go talk to him again, but big shout out to Tom Abel. He printed out issue number 1 for us, issue number 2 for us right here. And I have to say, no, we're not a print magazine. He's just old school. He loves everything printed out. We're at 10:29 right now. We're getting out of here in a bit. Let's see. Anyways, we're on page 185. We're in my 1 minute prayers for men book. We got from Roller. These are from Hobby Lobby. Oh crap! I forgot to go to Hobby Lobby. Okay. This one, we're on page 185. It says we're under work. It says profitable work. It says all hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. Let me say it again. Profitable work underneath, the title work. And this is all hard work brings profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. That is, hold on, let me turn that off for a minute. That is the emergency alert system as a test. Emergency alert system test is a part of the Texas statewide alerting drill. Yeah, whatever. I'm not reading all that, but anyways, a profitable work. All hard work brings a profit, but mere talk only leads to poverty. Proverbs 14:23. Big shout out to all you guys out there, and I'm seeing that happen because I've been working very, very hard for 3 years on the group, C10 America, and stuff like that, and I'm starting to see that as though it is very, very true. Let's see here. Find a good one for tomorrow. We'll be on page 189 tomorrow under Temptation, and it'll be Deliver Me, Lord. Deliver Me, Lord. Tomorrow on page 189. So, anyways, guys, big shout out to each and everybody out there for coming in to the lives every day. Love all you guys. Dad, I'll talk to you later. Excuse me, after this. And then Roller, I'll give you a call, later on, bud. And then probably tonight later on, I'll give you a call. Scott, we'll talk more about, the show, promotion, and, C10's in the park and all that. We love you guys. We'll see you guys soon. We'll see you tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow. I'm playing some new songs that Roller wrote. Just a couple of days ago. We love you. We'll see you guys soon. Have a great day. We love you. Take care.
I started with a frame, just a pile of steel, rust on my hands, but a vision that's real. Long nights in the shop, sparks lighting the air. Every bolt I tighten says I'm halfway there, knowing that my vision is starting to appear, in hopes that I make the cover of C10 America Magazine. I'm building my C10 dream. The chrome shines under the lights. Do I lay it low or lift it high? Man, my C10 dream feels so right. From the garage to the show, rolling proud and clean, in hopes that one day I'll make the cover of C10 America Magazine. A fresh coat of paint, that green candy apple glow, 20-inch wheels hitting every truck show. Crowd gathers round, cameras start to click. This ain't just a truck, it's my C10 America Magazine dream. I'm building my C10 dream. The chrome shining under the lights. Do I lay it low or lift it high? Man, my C10 dream feels so right. From the garage to the show, rolling proud and clean, in hopes that one day I'll make the cover of C10 America Magazine. From swamp meets to highways, every mile I roll, this C10 Chevy tells my story, every dent, every goal. I hope and I pray the editors are watching one day and put me on the cover of C10 America Magazine. And they will realize this truck's more than metal to me. It's my C10 dream. I'm building my C10 dream. The chrome shines under the lights. Do I lay it low or lift it high? Man, this C10 dream feels so right. From the garage to the show, rolling proud and clean, in hopes that one day I'll make the cover of C10 America Magazine. So here's to the builders, the grinders, the crews, to every C10 dreamer with a vision so true. I hope and I pray that maybe someday my truck will be on the cover of C10 America Magazine. But until that day, my truck's gonna gleam. I will keep wrenching and chasing my C10 America Magazine dream.
Hey Ronnie, I didn't see you in here. Sorry, buddy. I'll see everybody tomorrow. We love you. Have a great day. Go out there and make somebody smile. Love you guys. Bye.